Hello there and welcome. Find a comfy spot, maybe curl up with a blanket, because today I have a very special story to share with you. Our story begins beside a beautiful, shimmering river, and it's all about a hero, but maybe not the kind of hero you're used to. Our hero is a big, gentle hippopotamus named Pen Peng, and this is the story of how something really sad, the kind of thing that makes your tummy feel all knotted up, turned into something truly magical. It's a story all about patience and about that wonderful spark inside all of us called creativity. Are you ready to meet Peng Peng? I thought so. Let's go. Let's picture it together. Imagine a wide, lazy river sparkling under the warm yellow sun. Along the riverbanks, the grass is as soft as a fuzzy blanket, and tall, leafy trees dip their branches into the cool water. It's a peaceful place, full of the quiet sounds of buzzing dragonflies and the gentle lap, lap, lap of water against the shore. And this is the home of our friend, Peng Peng the hippo. Peng Peng wasn't like the other hippos who loved to splash and make a lot of noise. He was quiet and thoughtful, and he had a heart full of big, wonderful dreams. Now, before I tell you Peng Peng's special secret, I have a little question for you. What do you think most hippos love to do more than anything else in the whole wide world? Can you guess? Do they love to swim and blow bubbles in the water? Or maybe they love to munch on yummy green river plants. Well, the thing that most hippos love is very, very messy. That's right, most hippos absolutely love rolling around in big, gooey, squishy mud puddles. They sink right into the cool, dark mud and wiggle all around, grunting happily as they cover themselves from their noses to their toes. But not Peng Peng. Oh no. While his friends were splashing and playing, you could find Peng Peng in his favorite quiet spot, because his favorite thing to do was to sit quietly and build amazing model airplane. Isn't that interesting? You might think that a hippo's big, strong hands would be too clumsy to work with tiny little pieces. But Peng Peng's hands were different. He was so gentle. He would sit for hours and hours, picking up the teeniest, tiniest little parts, propellers as thin as a blade of grass, and wheels no bigger than a ladybug, and he would carefully piece them all together. Peng Peng had a kind of superpower, you see. It's a superpower that we can all have, and it's called patience. Patience is that quiet feeling inside that helps you stay calm and keep trying, even when something is really hard or takes a very long time. It's like waiting for a flower to grow from a tiny seed, or learning to tie your own shoes. Peng Peng had lots and lots of patience, and that's how he could build his wonderful models. For many days, Peng Peng had been working on his most special model yet. It was his masterpiece, a giant airplane, painted a brilliant, shiny red. It had long, wide wings and a propeller on the front that could actually spin. He worked on it every single day, and it was almost as big as his own head. It was the most beautiful thing he had ever made. After all that hard work, he was finally done. His heart was filled with so much excitement, it felt like it was buzzing like a little bee. He just needed to add one last tiny piece, and his masterpiece would be complete. But you know, sometimes when we get really excited, accidents can happen. And in that happy, peaceful moment, something went terribly wrong. He was so proud. A huge, happy smile spread all the way across his face. He picked up his amazing airplane, lifting it up high to see it shine in the afternoon sun. He imagined it soaring through the big, blue sky, flying high above the river. Oh, he was just so happy, his heart felt like it could pop. And then it happened. In his excitement, Peng Peng squeezed his hands just a little too tight, and there was a horrible, loud sound, a sharp crack that broke the quiet afternoon air. It was the sound of one of the beautiful, delicate wings snapping right in half. Peng Peng stared. He couldn't believe it. His beautiful airplane, the one he had worked on for so long, was broken. A big, sad feeling washed all over him, and his heart sank down into his tummy. Big, round tears started to well up in his eyes, and then they rolled down his big hippo cheeks. "Oh, my airplane," he whispered, his voice all shaky. "It's ruined." He felt like all his hard work was for nothing. He sat there for a long time, just feeling sad and holding his broken plane. But as he sat there, something began to change. His sadness started to feel a little bit smaller, and deep inside his mind, a tiny little thought began to sparkle. It wasn't a big idea yet, just a tiny little glimmer, but it was a start. What did he do? Well, first he took a big, deep breath, in and out. He felt his heart slow down. Then, instead of just staring at his broken toy, he lifted his head. He started to look all around him. Really, look. He looked at the rocks, he looked at the flowers, he looked at the trees, searching for something, anything that could help. And that's when he saw it. Floating gently on the top of the river was a big, round, bright green lotus leaf. It was beautiful. It was shaped just like a perfect circle, and it bobbed up and down on the little waves. As Pang Pang looked at the leaf, his eyes suddenly grew wide, and that tiny little glimmer of an idea in his mind suddenly burst into a big, bright light. "Aha!" he whispered to himself, "a lotus leaf. It's light, so it won't make the plane too heavy, but it's also strong. Maybe, just maybe, it could be a brand new wing." And what Pang Pang did right then, that's called creativity. Creativity is like having magic in your brain. It's when you think of a new way to do something, or a new way to fix a problem that nobody has ever thought of before. Pang Pang saw a broken plane and a leaf, and his creative mind put them together to make a whole new idea. Pang Pang's heart was beating fast again, but this time, it wasn't from sadness. It was from hope. He had a new, exciting, creative idea. Now, he just had to see if it would work. He was going to mix his amazing patience with his brand new idea and see if he could create a miracle. With his big, gentle hands, Pang Pang carefully reached into the river and scooped up the beautiful green lotus leaf. He laid it on the grass and trimmed it into the perfect wing shape. Then, he found some sticky sap from a tree to use as glue, and very, very carefully, he attached the new lotus leaf wing to his airplane. He held his breath. He held the airplane, which now had one red wing and one bright green wing. He gave it a gentle push forward into the air. And it flew! It really flew! But it wasn't just flying. It was flying even better than before. The big, strong lotus leaf helped the plane stay steady. It flew higher and smoother than Pang Pang had ever imagined. Pang Pang watched his unique, wonderful airplane soar through the sky, and the biggest, happiest smile you have ever seen spread across his face. He had taken something broken and sad, and by using his patience and creativity, he had made it into something even more special. "Wow," he whispered as he watched his plane dance in the wind. "It's a miracle." And so, Pang Pang the hippo learned a very, very important lesson that day. When something goes wrong, when something breaks, or you make a mistake, it's okay to feel sad for a little while. But the most important thing is to never, ever give up. Because if you use your patience, you can stay calm and think clearly. And if you use your creativity, you can come up with a brand new idea. And when patience and creativity work together, you can turn a big mistake into something even more beautiful and wonderful than what you had before. So I have one last question for you. The next time one of your favorite toys breaks, I want you to remember Pang Pang. What creative idea could you use to fix it? Could you use a piece of cardboard to make a new ramp for a car? Or maybe some colorful yarn to make new hair for a doll? There are so many amazing ideas waiting right inside your own mind. Why don't you talk about it with a grown-up later? You have all the magic you need right inside of you.